Marz, what are other things LeBron did better? Enlighten us.
Did you say that though?
Oh my goodness,
Yes.
Reggie! I'm so sick of you.
You had LeBron as a GOAT.
Sick.
Yeah.
So sick of these dudes.
I never said LeBron was a better player than Jordan, but even then,
I'll say.
No, even then,
ahead,
LeBron's a much better
Football.
passer. He's a much better passer. He's a much better playmaker. He's a much better finisher around the rim. I'm not gonna say he's better getting to the rim. I'm not gonna say that. Much better passer, much better playmaker, much better finisher at the rim.
Hey Marz, let me can I pause you and ask you a question? When you say he's a much better finisher around the rim, what are you basing that on?
The fact that I think LeBron is the best finisher around the rim to ever play basketball. So that would.
You just think okay.
I don't know. Maybe not better than Shaq, but I see what you're saying.
No, Shaq's number 2, but I give it to LeBron because LeBron can get to the rim from the outside more than Shaq can.
But you just said finisher though, like actually.
Yeah, but when I'm talking about finishing, I think the ability to get to the rim more easily and get to the rim in a variety of different ways and still finish at that high level and that clip.
So you think LeBron could get to the rim better than Jordan?
No, I said I'm not. That's why I said I'm not going to say he gets to the rim better. I made sure I made that clear. Well, I thought I did. But I think he finishes at the rim better than anyone ever. I don't think he gets to the rim better than Jordan, but I think he finishes at the rim better than Jordan.
Chill, do you agree with that, Chill?
Those two things are two different things.
No, Chill, do you agree that LeBron finishes at the basket better than MJ?
I think Jordan is the best scorer in NBA history.
That's not what
he doesn't even want to admit it.
I also think that.
No, but that's not what I asked. Do you think he finishes at the basket better than MJ?
No, I don't. I've seen Jay. I've seen Jay throw it over too many big men. I've seen Jay finish in traffic the way he finishes. And I don't think it's not like it's like this. I think it's close.
No. I think LeBron is up there for sure.
Because James gets to the rim. When James finishes at the rim with the best of them, he throws it over big men too.
No, for sure.
He finishes in traffic also. But Jay at 6'6", finishing in traffic with 3 guys hanging on him, throwing it over 7-footers regularly. Like that's not something that he's only done once or twice. He's done that more than once, more than twice. So no, I don't think James is a better finisher than Jordan.
So to be clear, I'm the only one who thinks LeBron's a better finisher than MJ.
Yes.
And I think Shaq is the best finisher of all time. I don't think.
I have LeBron number 1, Shaq number 2. I have no idea who I have number 3.
Wow, you don't even have Jordan in your top. Nah. Wow.
No, I don't know because I'm not about to put Giannis top 3, but Giannis is crazy. But LeBron and Shaq are number 1 and 2, and I think
you can make. I think James.
We got to start doing the air attacks, man. We got to start doing air attacks.
I think James is a top 3 finisher at the rim, no doubt about that. But I think Jay is the best at the rim. Just his ability to create shots, improvise, throw it over the top of guys, and yeah, I think he's the best at the rim.
We gotta do air attacks.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna. I think LeBron's clearly the better passer, clearly the better playmaker. I think Jordan's the best.
What do you clearly?
I'd fail to see an argument for why Jordan is a better passer or playmaker than LeBron.
I never said he's a better one, but to say clearly,
if something clear to me means if I don't see the argument, if I don't see the argument for the reverse, I think it's clear. I don't see the argument for Jordan being a better passer or playmaker, so I think clearly LeBron is better.
I don't know how the finishing was blowing me because LeBron, especially in the early 2000s when it was like a much more packed lane, he would have years where he was barely 60% at the rim. So I can't go with that. I can't.
Yeah, well,
especially with Shaq. Especially with Shaq existing, I can't.
I want to be clear on Marz's definitions. So Marz, your definition is if it's one player over the other, even if it's like by 0.01, it's clearly because there's no argument.
No, that's not what I said. No.
Yeah, you said because if there's no argument for the other one, if there's no argument, you said it's clearly.
Yes. So what's the 0.0? If something's 0.01, that would mean the other person clearly has an argument. If the gap is that tiny, the other person would clearly have an argument.
Well, I think the gap is.
I think Steph Curry is clearly a better shooter than Ray Allen, even though Ray Allen to most people is number 2. I don't think Ray Allen has an argument over Steph, so it's clear. Like Does that
So
make
you
sense?
don't think there's an argument that for Jordan to be a better fit? Oh no, this is playmaking passing.
Yeah, playmaking
Yeah,
passing. I
playmaking
think
passing.
if you argued LeBron's,
Okay.
I mean Jordan's a better
Because
finisher
you
than LeBron,
you
that's
could make
fine.
an
I
argument.
think
You
it's
could make an argument. You could make an argument that Jordan wasn't put in a situation to be the playmaker and passer, and when they did, he clears LeBron.
Oh,
No, he does
I-
not.
I-
No,
I-
he does
I-
not.
I-
Clear
I-
LeBron.
One season that he
Hold on,
played.
hold
Hold
on,
on,
hold on,
hold
then I would
on,
disagree with the
hold
argument.
on.
Then I would
When the
disagree with your argument.
Hold on. When the
following
ball was put in his hand to be a playmaker, he averaged like almost just under 9 assists a game. When the ball was put into his hand in his first finals, he averaged over 11 assists a game. So when he was given the opportunity and given that responsibility, he excelled. So to say there's no argument other than, again, my argument being he just never really had the opportunity, I think there's an argument, right?
Well,
I mean,
wait a minute, Tone.
Because I agree. Let's be clear. I agree.
Then sure.
Let's be clear. I agree that I believe LeBron is a better passer and a better playmaker. What I'm saying is when you use the word clearly, I say, well, there is an argument. It's that Jordan wasn't given the keys to drive that car. And the few times that he was, well, then there's an argument.
Tone, that logic doesn't
small
work.
sample
That
size.
he wasn't given that key. He wasn't given the keys. That's not true. Jordan averaged 23 shots a game for his career. He had the ball in his hands the majority of the time in that Bulls offense, and he was creating shots for other people. Don't make it sound like all he was doing was just, or he didn't have an opportunity to pass the basketball, because he did, Tone.
He wasn't.
Now that-
He
that-
wasn't
the
facilitating.
triangle
He wasn't initiating the offense.
The triangle.
Or his job wasn't to facilitate. His job was to score.
the-
And when the few times when they gave him the responsibility to facilitate, he did a great job. That's all I'm saying. It's a small sample size, and I
Sure.
agree that LeBron is better. But to say there's no argument, I'm saying no. I think
Right.
there's an argument.
There it is. No doubt. I don't think it's
I
clear cut.
disagree with your argument. So I think it's still clear. Because
You can disagree all you want. It's true and factual.
Because I could use the same argument when Steph Curry was under Mark Jackson and was a primary playmaker. He averaged 8 assists, and in the 2017 finals, he averaged 9. Does that mean he has an argument against LeBron as a passer and playmaker? No, it doesn't. Because LeBron is just clearly better to me. It's not just about assist numbers, because LeBron's averaged 10 assists once. LeBron is still a top 5 passer to ever play basketball, in my opinion. So to me, passing and playmaking is just not just about assists. If you wanted to make the argument just about assists, sure, go for it, but that's not how I judge it. So to me, it's
finishing is what's killing me, Marz. The finishing.
I think LeBron's a better finisher than AJ.
But you're also you saying that LeBron is
Marz,
the best finisher. That's crazy.
He's 1 or 2 with Shaq. I'd give it to LeBron because I think him being able to get to the rim from the outside gives him an edge. But if you want to say Shaq's number 1, I'm never going to argue with that.
Do you knock LeBron? Do you knock LeBron's passing, ball handling, both or neither for the turnovers?
One more time, Tone, so I understand that.
I'm asking Marz. Do you knock? Because I'm asking to find out about the passing,
Right.
really. But do you knock his passing, his ball handling, both or neither for all the turnovers?
All of the above. He gets turnovers from playmaking, from passing, from ball handling, from offensive fouls. He gets turnovers from all of them. That they will count. I don't get the question.
He's saying, do you knock him in contrast to Jordan because of the amount of turnovers he has?
No, I wasn't saying in contrast to Jordan.
Oh,
I'm trying to see if it's both or neither. Because if he says, "Oh, I knocked that to passing," well, then I'd be like, "Well, then that gap closes, right?" So, okay, you're both. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I'd say both before I just said passing. But,
Yo, and I got a question.
Sorry, Lo. You can go back being outraged about
the finishing. To me,
I don't wait. So your outrage.
I mean, so serious.
LeBron's a better finisher than Shaq.
The clear part that you're saying about LeBron passing, I think it actually should be clear that Shaq is the best finisher. I just think that, like,
if you ask me, I get a guaranteed shot at the rim. Who do I take? Give me Shaq. But I think all I'm saying is the ability LeBron has to be able to get to the rim at will from the outside and work his way in is why I'm valuing LeBron's finishing. If you just say you're getting a shot at the rim regardless how it gets there, give me Shaq, because I think Shaq finishes for the volume.
But Marz, those two things are two different things, because when you think the reason why those are two different things, because we're talking about a guy getting to the rim and we're talking about a guy finishing at the rim. Now, him getting to the rim, he is unstoppable. Now, as opposed to finishing at the rim. When you're talking about a guy throwing it over the top of guys, playing in traffic, playing through fouls, not just playing through fouls, not just playing in traffic, whether he's in the open floor. We're talking about a guy in LeBron James. Is he a better finisher than Jordan when he's doing all of that stuff? That's the question, not just him getting to the rim, because those two things are two different things.
Okay, so what you guys are saying is
your argument is getting
once they're both there, once they're both at the rim, Shaq is better at finishing than LeBron. That's what you guys say. I'm not arguing with that. I'm not arguing.
Right. But your argument of like,
but the reason I have LeBron over Shaq is because of, if you disagree with that, then finishing, putting the ball up at the rim, Shaq is the best ever. Okay, there we go.
That's finishing.
Okay, so are we happy now?
But I want to be clear, because before you separated getting to the rim and finishing at the rim. You separated that because you was about to say LeBron. No, I actually think Michael is just as good as LeBron at getting at the rim. So you separated getting at the rim and finishing at the rim. But now it's like you're putting it in together to make the argument for why LeBron is over Shaq at finishing, because he can get to the rim from the perimeter. So now you're combining it to make the argument for why he's over Shaq. That's
which also doesn't work.
I can see how that's inconsistent. So
exactly.
I got him. Body bag. Body bag. It's the player choice way. That them boys don't get it started. The player choice way. You're the player choice way. Come and switch lanes into the player choice way.